What's up guys, this is Alec from Blackhouse Vapor Company, and today we are taking a look at this new iJoy Captain PD270. Is this thing the future of vaping? Let's take a look and find out.
Are you listening? Damn.
This isn't gonna be a full review. I haven't had this thing for too long, but I'm gonna break this one open on camera for you. I'm gonna show what's inside of the box. I'm gonna just kind of show you exactly what it looks like right when you open it up. Alright, so let's take this down into a close-up and I can show you what's in the box. I'll throw some batteries in it and show you what the screen and the menu options look like as well, and then I'll bring it back up here and kind of give you my final thoughts, and I'll vape on it for a sec so that you can see the ramp-up time on it, as well as kind of how the 2700 batteries perform under a couple different conditions. So let's bring it up close up first off and start to look at what's inside of this package. I'm excited. Okay, so here is up close and personal the iJoy Captain PD270, and the 270 actually stands for the 2700 batteries that it uses, but the 270 is a little deceiving because it doesn't go up to 270 watts, it goes up to 234 watts, and even the batteries that it's named after are technically 20700, so the 270, it's a little off-putting, but you know what, I can deal with it. It's not the worst that I've ever seen. So on the back here we've got all the product details, and it does tell you it's got a max wattage of 234 watts. It's got the dual 2700 batteries as well as a sleeve for the 18650. It looks like they call it an adapter, but I'm calling it a sleeve for the 18650 batteries. When they talk about the personalized design, they're talking about the carbon fiber panels that come on this thing standard, and then they do have quite a few different options on iJoy's website in terms of replacement panels for that of different types. Looks like they also talk about the fact that it's got temperature control for titanium, nickel, and stainless steel. It has TCR functions, it's got custom user modes, and I'll kind of get into the menu system a little bit more in depth when we actually are taking a look at the mod. Kind of nice, you can go down to a 0.05 all the way up to a 3 ohm build. I think that's going to be one of the big advantages of these new 2700 batteries, is going to be the ability to build lower and still have good battery life. Because of the slightly higher amperage current that it's running, I think that you'll be able to get better battery life out of your big fat builds. Okay, let's open this thing up. That was a task. Ooh. It's a good looking mod. The IPv8 also did something similar. This feels a lot better to me than the IPv8. It doesn't feel too flimsy or anything like that, although it does feel like I wouldn't really want to run my fingernail along the inside of this unless I was planning on taking this out. It does feel like it might start to peel fairly easily, so that is a subjective con in my opinion. But there's the mod for you. I'll talk about this more in a second. Let's take a look at what else is inside of this box. Interesting silicone sleeve for the 18650s with metal connections. It looks like gold plated? Gold plated on the outside, but not on the inside. Interesting. This is a new thing for me. I haven't seen something like this before. Cool. So there you go. And then a micro USB cable for firmware upgrading. And what we're all excited about here, some manuals. Just kidding. These 2700 batteries. So these are iJoy wraps. I won't speculate on whether or not these are iJoy batteries specifically, or if there's, you know, Sanyos or something like that. I won't put in my 2 cents on that because I think it's something that if you care about it, you can probably figure it out on your own. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put some batteries into this Captain PD270. I really like the finish on the middle plates here, the one that houses the screen as well as the back. Kind of reminiscent of the Snow Wolf 220 finish, like the iPhone black glass finish. But let's take a look at the menu system here. It's really simple. I mean, it does display quite a bit of information. You've got your W for wattage mode, you've got your battery sensors here, individual A and B battery sensors, which is nice. You've got amperage, you've got your ohms, your voltage, the mode that you're in, whether it be power or temperature control, the hit style, so whether that be soft, normal, or hard, your puff counter, as well as a second counter for your puffs. All of that stuff is nice to have. Not too much information in my opinion, really just a nice layout. I do enjoy it. I think the screen is a little small for the size of the mod. I'd say for a 2700 mod, it's fitting to have a slightly larger screen. This is just a 0.96 OLED screen, so this is similar to what we've seen on most mods from iJoy, and I'm a little disappointed. I wish they would have gone a little bit bigger, but not bad at all, and a good layout for it. In terms of the menu system we've got here, 3 clicks gets you into the menu system, and again, really simple. So we've got power. This power mode, when you tap on it, is going to give you this weird little finger pointer for your normal, hard, soft, or user memory setting for the hit. Let's see what else we've got here. So we've got our temperature control settings, we've got our TCR, and we've got set, which is really just a screen timeout. I'm going to set it to 30 so that it stops annoying the crap out of me, but kind of a little bit of a bummer that there's not a tiny bit more adjustment in here, but I'd say, you know, in terms of simplicity, definitely 10 out of 10. Very simple, very easy to use. One thing I am very excited for on this mod is the ability to run up to or just over 30mm devices, 30mm tanks or RDAs on this device without any sort of overhang. So that is pretty cool in my opinion. It means you can have your big ol' RTA on there and it won't look weird, and you can power it with your 2700 batteries. Little size comparison for you here. This mod, the 2700, the Captain PD270, very reminiscent of a previous iJoy release. This guy, the Lux 26650. Diameter wise, very similar, but obviously you can tell because of the 26650s, the size, the sheer size of those batteries, the Lux is going to be quite a lot bigger. But that's an interesting size comparison. And then another comparison that we could draw would be the Alien mod here. And this is a dual 18650 versus a dual 2700. So you can see they can't make it quite as small as the Alien just because of the actual size of the 2700 batteries. But for using a larger cell size, I'd say that it is very similar in size. So that is impressive. I'd say iJoy, you did a great job of making this 2700 mod pretty compact. I think we've taken a pretty good close-up look at this Captain PD270. Let's take it back into FaceTime. I'll throw my goon onto this with a little 0.3 build, and I'll vape on it for just a second and give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I've got this thing set to 85.5 watts, and it is a 0.27 ohm build, and I've also got it on the hard ramp up setting. And the reason I've got it on the hard ramp up setting is because the ramp up time on this seems a little bit slow. I would expect it to hit a little bit faster, especially with a slightly higher amperage battery like a 2700 battery. I have to put it into the hard ramp up to really feel like I'm getting an instant hit off of it. But let's take a quick vape and see what it looks like. Obviously, clouding on this device, the type of cloud, the type of flavor that you're going to get is going to be based purely off of what you're using on top of it. I'm using the original Goon with a chubby cap on top, which is giving me awesome flavor and great vapor production. I'm excited to see where 2700 batteries go in the vaping community. This really is kind of just dipping our toes in the water of this new technology, or this slightly newer technology, so we'll see where it goes from here, but I'm very excited. I think iJoy did a great job of being the first to release a 2700 box mod like this, besides the Boxer obviously, but I'm really not. I think the Boxer versus this is a little bit apples versus oranges, just because the Boxer is such a high-end device it really appeals to a completely different market. Whereas this guy, retailing starting anywhere around $80 or so, I think that's a really great deal for a dual 2700 box with batteries included, and I think that's going to get some of the newer vapors into this new battery technology early and hopefully help drive it forward and help us keep innovating. Pretty high quality. If I had to rate this 0 to 10, I'd probably give this like a 7 or so. Not bad at all. A great vape. If it's your first, it wouldn't be a bad idea. If you're looking for an upgrade, if you're looking to go to this new battery technology, not a bad idea either. So overall, I think a really great mod for a wide audience as opposed to just a higher end audience like the Boxer mod. One more subjective con though that I forgot to mention is it does use a standard bottom battery tray door, very similar to the Alien mod. I don't know that I like this style of battery door at all. I think that it does lend itself more to popping open, to breaking, to having your batteries pop out. It doesn't take too much force to undo this battery tray, so I think that's something that could happen to you while you're trying to vape it or while it's in your pocket or anything like that. So I do want to mention that as a subjective con. I really like this new iJoy Captain PD270. If you want to pick one up for yourself, you can check out our website, blackhousevapor.com, and pick it up there for yourself. We ship anywhere outside of Utah. We can't ship to Utah, unfortunately. If you do live in Utah, you can come to the shop, 2148 South, 900 East, Suite 3, and check it out for yourself in person before you pick one up. Again, this was Alec from Blackhouse Vapor Company. Thanks for watching today, guys, and we'll see you next time.